All right. So after you've gone over the research questions, now we're going to get into the dimensions 10 through 13. Dimension 10 is the personal I response. This is essentially saying that you've made connections and explanations, you've synthesized the research that you've done, and you've put your own thoughts within it. So it's we want to see responses throughout the project and talking about how you're interpreting the data and uh, providing a rationale or explanations that help make personal connections to it. So this starts right in the intro. When you create your project, you want to have a connection to your intro. You want to make sure that you kind of help your um, the reader. I'm going to say reader broadly here, to understand that you have a connection to your research and why you have that connection to the research. But then you can follow it through and make connections within the research to explain your thoughts and conclusions to it, which are next. Your conclusion statements are clear, they're accurate, they're relevant to the focus questions. So you have talked about the research based on the focus questions, then you bring them together here at the end of the conclusion and you explain what your conclusions are. So your conclusions for each research question put together into one holistic thing, saying this is overall, after you see all this research, this is where I'm coming, this is what I understand. Perhaps you need to say something like more research needs to be done, but this is what we know so far, and this is what I understand it. Um, this is how I understand the research or the implications of the research overall. Okay, so it's telling you what they are. Also, within the conclusion statements, you want to add um, something that kind of explains how it's relevant to your future as your future professional life or other people who are integrating arts into different areas, or why it's helps you in other areas. So this is kind of like helping you put voice to your advocacy of arts integration in your professional field. Writing mechanics. Now, writing mechanics is, I'm using the term writing um, broadly here. So, writing, it could include like your grammar and spoken word portion. It's also like spelling and punctuation in any written areas. This is like, the overall just mechanics of the information presented. Is it grammatically correct? Does it use punctuation? Is it essentially full complete sentences or whatever you need? Okay. And then dimension 3 is the arts integration section, and the arts integration section is going to be based on how much the integration of the arts actually helps the reader understand the information you're presenting. So if you can integrate it with arts in a way that helps fully enhance the understanding of your concepts and what you're putting in your research, then that's would get you a 4. If you um, integrate arts and concepts throughout most of the project, maybe you didn't get it someplace, or it wasn't clearly connected to the concepts in a certain place. If you just threw a picture um, in an area that you thought had something to do with your concept, but it isn't clearly connected, you don't make those connections with the arts in your project, then you're going to lose some points with it. And it's like, as you go down, if you only have a couple connections in there, only have a couple things, then you're going to lose a couple more points. If you don't have anything at all, or you just superficially throw things in there to make it look pretty, you're not going to get very many points at all for it. So I hope that helps you understand the rubric itself. Now,